It's finally happening. We finally got some amazing news for the game. I woke up this morning, as I usually do, and I seen a big announcement come out from Raid Shadow Legends on their YouTube, I believe it was. I'm going to throw some pictures up on the screen here just because I don't want to, mess around with my recording settings and whatnot. The last time I did that, OBS just decided it wasn't going to work for like 3 weeks after. So I'll just throw the pictures up there in post-editing. I have them here on my phone. It's going to be fantastic. What do we have, first of all? We have Tavern Improvements coming. We have Tavern Improvements that are going to make it a lot easier to ascend champions, so you're not sitting here clicking through like this every single time that you're trying to ascend somebody. The skills upgrading is going to get a lot easier, and the rank and level upgrading are going to get a lot easier as well. There is going to be some screenshots attached here, so it looks like we're going to be able to filter for champions, and we're going to be able to include the reserve and master vault as well, which is not really something that we have so far, which kind of sucks. We can kind of just do a little bit of filtering here, right? So nothing too crazy, but we can actually decide to pull in champions from the vaults here as well. So if you have, for example, some legendaries stored in here or something like that, you can actually upgrade those directly from the tavern without pulling them out and then upgrading them and going back and forth like that. Yes, okay, Tolf. I'm working on a Tolf video as well, don't mind that. It's coming out at some point in the future. We also have it so that, of course, the skills, like I mentioned, and the ascensions are going to be a lot easier. The ascensions, you're basically just going to be able to drag a bar across here for how many levels you want to ascend up, so you're not going one at a time, which is going to be fantastic. And then same thing with skills, you're not clicking them all in manually like this anymore with a cap of 6. So that's going to be pretty awesome. What is happening next, though, and what am I most excited about? Champion empowerment for epic champions. I am sure that Ash is going to be very happy about this because he always talks about it, and I've agreed with it for so goddamn long. We now might be able to use champions that used to be fantastic in the arena but got heavily power crept with, blessings and empowerment and everything like that coming out. So a good example of a champion like that would be somebody like a Magnar. Magnar is fantastic. He's also the fella on the thumbnail, so you can tell that he's good because he's on the thumbnail. Right, so if we're able to get in here and empower him and get him hitting even harder than he was before, surviving longer, resisting more crap getting thrown at him, that is going to be awesome. We might be able to end up using somebody like Phoenix quite efficiently, especially considering I already have him fully awakened. It'd be nice to be able to throw him into the arena and see what he's fully capable of, especially with the correct blessing on there. I am so excited for this. Again, we have empowerment coming for epic champions. This is exciting news. If we take a look up here at how empowerment works, for example, my Nethril, he gets quite big stat boosts. I actually talked about this last time. So he's getting 3,400 extra HP, almost 300 attack, almost 200 defense. He's getting 10 speed, and he's getting 25 resistance and accuracy, and that's only from being a +2, so if you have 3 copies of him, right? So we'll come over to here. Empower champions, basically the way it works is if you have a champion, you can put them in here. You can use a duplicate version of that champion to power them up, and then let's just unlock him. So each empowerment gets you basically 10% HP, attack, and defense, as well as roughly 15% resistance and accuracy. And then I believe level 2 of an empowerment gives you that speed boost, and then you also get some crit rate and crit damage later on as well. So this was really what the pay-to-wins used to hop ahead of everybody else in the meta, because if you have a fully empowered Sifi, you can't compete with that, okay? You can't, especially if you pair that with a fully empowered Rotos somewhere in like live arena. You're not competing with that, as simple as it is, right? So this is going to help to bridge that gap. Not only that, it's going to make it a lot easier to solo content. So we've seen videos coming out on Tolf the Maimed, on Torture Helm, on Godseeker and Neri, on everybody like that coming out and soloing content. That's going to be so much easier now with those stronger stats. We're not going to be relying so heavily on our regen and immortal sets, and those are stat-hungry positions to put those champions in, obviously, so that's going to help us out so much there, which at the end of the day mainly helps the free-to-play or low-spend player, the people who have collections of epics showing up anyways. I wish we got a little bit more of a heads up about this. Again, we don't know when it's coming out though, but I have definitely been feeding some duplicate epics that I kind of regret now, so make sure you're holding on to those duplicate epics if you're planning on feeding them, especially, champions that you use quite often across the game, right? So here's, fingers crossed, that we have empowerment for rares coming out at some point in the future too. That would be very, very cool. I hope to see it. Enough about the empowerment though. What do we have next? We have artifact presets. What does this mean? I don't really know. Does anyone know? I don't know. I'm not in the content creator chat. Go ahead, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that we can try and get past that 1,000 subscriber mark. I think it is to get into the content creator program. Hopefully we're able to get there. I'm so close, and I thank you guys all so much for the support. So artifact presets, if I had to take a guess, I'm guessing that you'd be able to come in here and just switch artifact sets and what they're wearing between champions. So probably the 6 top pieces here, right? So let's say, for example, my Arbiter, who is decently fast at 369 speed, let's say that I wanted maybe Crixia to be slightly faster for a day, right? Even though she's very, very close. So maybe I could come in here, I could hit a button, and it would allow me to switch that gear over without issue. I'm kind of hoping that's what it is, because that's what they have going on in Watcher of Realms. So it would be nice if they had the same kind of thing going on in Raids, since they're very, very similar games at the end of the day. Next up, we have Accessory Filters. What will that mean? Well, we come in here. This is what we have right now for filters. We don't have set filters, right? So we can't filter by, hey, I want to see a protection amulet, or hey, I want to see stone skin, right? And another big issue with this is if we look at something like stone skin and protection, the icons look pretty much the same. Let me see if I can find an example here. Definitely going to be filtering by some Slayer stuff as well. That'll be quite nice. But essentially right now, if you want to find your stone skin pieces, you have to come in here and hit equipped and then scroll through. Let's say I want a stone skin banner for, let's say, a Sacred Order. So I have to come in here. Okay, there's a stone skin banner. So it's go through here. Where's another one? Where's another one? Do I have another one? You know, and just keep on doing that, which takes so much time and it's so annoying, and inevitably you're going to miss some gear. So having a filter where you can just come in here and say, hey, I want stone skin to be the set that I'm looking for, or hey, I want protection, or hey, I want, you know, blood shield. It's going to be so nice if that's what they're doing. Next up, we have an artifact removal booster item, is what they're calling it. What is that? I'll tell you what that is. That is a way that you can spend money to not pay silver to remove gear from champions. Now, this is definitely going to be monetized 100%. They wouldn't add an item otherwise. The way it might work, though, is you might be able to get it from tournaments, and you might be able to get it from events, but this is definitely not going to be a free item coming to the game. It's going to be something that they can still earn off of. So if you have to, you know, max out artifact enhancement events or something like that to drain your silver further to get it, you're still technically not getting that item for free, but it is going to be nice to be able to switch that gear around whenever we want, kind of thing. So definitely always a fan of stuff like this being added. I certainly won't complain too much, that's for sure. And the last thing that we have on this little roadmap that they released here is going to be the Hydra Clash participation rewards. So right now in Hydra Clash, it flat out fucking sucks. I won't sugarcoat it. It fucking sucks, because you're going against teams like this, right, where these are the types of teams that you're going up against. This is actually a crazy team. How is he getting so much damage here? I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that, because that's insane. Potential video coming out soon. Stay tuned. We'll see. But you're going up against absolute whale teams, and if you're not placing in the top 3, you just don't get any. It's not like, oh, you know, hey, you get reduced rewards, you don't get as much silver, your gear's not quite as good. You get fucking nothing if you're not in the top 3, which obviously once your clan has pushed up a bit, it's very hard to place in this top 3 because everybody's trying so goddamn hard, because this is the only place right now really to get stone skin and protection accessories. And there's just so much good gear coming out of here too, right? Like you can get mythical books, you can get obviously some primal quartz, so you're basically getting yourself a guaranteed primal shard, which is quite nice. Even down in the 3rd place ranking, you're still getting very, very close to an entire primal shard each reset, which is quite nice. But it is a lot of effort and a lot of time invested to try and get these rewards. And if you don't place top 3, which, let's be clear, that's not even just a personal commitment or a personal impact issue, right? So I can score as much as I want on Hydra, but if the rest of my clan is not, I'm not going to win. And it's a clan-based thing, right? So there's a lot of infighting sometimes. I know in my particular clan, there's always chats going out saying like, oh, hey, 3 people still don't have keys, 4 people don't have keys. And it's just something that it's mandatory participation now. So if they're able to rework it so that even for the 4th and 5th place, if we get rewards that just maybe aren't as good, like honestly, take the primal quartz out of there, that's fine, whatever. just give us the gear still, right? Especially the accessories. I think that's what most people are hunting for anyways. People have caught on to how primal shards are kind of a little bit of a scam, so I don't think too many people are hunting for those. There's other places to farm them. We can get them from Cursed City, and we can get them from Live Arena, so it's very exciting to see them actually doing a redux to that, which is something that people have asked for as well. I am so excited about these updates, especially the epic empowerment. What do you guys think? Let me know down below who you're going to be empowering first. I'm very interested to hear about that from me. I'm hoping probably a Magnar, maybe a Phoenix. I think also empowering a Dark Kale could be quite cool. Of course, I wouldn't mind empowering a Kemptum. Somebody like a Gorgorab would be pretty cool as well. And of course, I'm sure Saf is going to be empowering the fuck out of a Whisper, which will be very interesting to see. Thank you guys once again all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.